In 2025, the past did not stay buried. It rose in stone, in sand, and in deep water. And it left us with one quiet truth. History is still out there, waiting. Deep in the jungle, a king came back to light.
What we discovered this past year is the tomb of someone that we believe was the first member of the royal dynasty at Caracol, Te K'ab Chaak. This would be the first individual that we found that actually matches with the hieroglyphic text. So the first ruler, not just the first ruler in name because that's the first one on the monuments, but the first one that we've actually found. That in and of itself is huge.
In 2025, archaeologists were digging at the ancient Maya city of Caracol in Belize. They were hunting for an answer.
But you've got a question you're trying to answer. How important was Teotihuacan to the establishment of rulership in the Maya era?
Everything is additive, and it was gratifying to know that we could literally target one specific area, and you had a 50-50 chance of finding something.
They worked beside a tall stone pyramid surrounded by thick green forest. Hidden under layers of time, they found a sealed chamber. Inside was a royal burial, about 1,700 years old. This mattered because royal Maya tombs are rare, and this one was rich with clues, a jade mask.
The individual was buried with 3 sets of jadeite ear flares, and that's incredibly unusual. We don't usually get 1 set of ear flares, much less multiples. But in addition to that, there was a mosaic death mask that was found in the chamber as well.
Fine pottery, jewelry and shells, red mineral powder linked to high status. Each object was placed with care, like a final message meant to last forever. But the biggest mystery was the person himself. The team believes the tomb may belong to a powerful early ruler, possibly tied to the very start of Caracol's royal line. Some finds even hint at faraway links across the ancient world, beyond the jungle and into distant cities.
The tomb is covered with cinnabar. You're dealing with some of the highest royalty when the things get covered in cinnabar, which is red. So everything is colored red, which is the rising sun of the east.
A stone room, a silent mask, and the heavy feeling that history is still breathing under our feet. In 2025, divers went into the cold green water off Egypt's north coast, not far west of Alexandria. Near the ruins of Taposiris Magna, they found a sunken landscape that should not be there, a place that once touched open air, now lost under the sea. What they found looked like the remains of an ancient port. Stone floors, large columns, anchors, broken clay jars once used for trade, signs of ships coming and going, proof that this coast was alive with movement in Cleopatra's time. This mattered because the hunt is not just for objects, it is for a missing ending. Cleopatra's tomb has never been found. Some researchers believe she may be linked to Taposiris Magna. A port nearby could mean the site was built for power, travel, and secrets. It could explain how something priceless could be carried in, then hidden from the world. And there is one more shadow over it all. Earthquakes and a great wave in the past changed this coast. Land sank, water took over. If a royal tomb was placed here, it could now be sealed in darkness, beyond sight, beyond reach. Somewhere under that silent water, history may still be waiting, untouched, unbroken, and almost impossible to find. The ocean floor can keep a war frozen in time. In 2025, teams went back to Iron Bottom Sound near Guadalcanal in the Solomon Islands. This is deep water between small islands. It is a place named for what happened there in 1942. Battle after battle. Ships hit, ships burned, ships sank. Many never came back up. Using modern maps and deep-sea robots, the team surveyed wrecks from the Guadalcanal campaign. They documented about 13 warship wrecks in this one stretch of sea. Some had not been seen since the night they went down. One was the Japanese destroyer Terazuki. Another was the missing bow of the USS New Orleans, torn off in battle and lost in the dark. This mattered because these wrecks are not just metal. They are real history. They show where ships were hit, how they fell apart, what the battle did in minutes, They also protect the memory of the sailors who died there. Many of these sites are still graves, and the mystery is that the sea changes everything. Down there, light dies fast. Silence takes over. A ship can look almost untouched from a distance. Then you get closer and see the damage. A twisted gun mount, a broken deck, a nameplate still in place after more than 80 years. Life grows over the steel. Fish move through holes once filled with men. In 2025, the deep did not give up a treasure of gold. It gave up something heavier, proof that the past is still down there, waiting in the dark. High in the Andes, the ground itself began to speak. In 2025, researchers looked at a lonely mountainside in southern Peru, in the Pisco Valley. The place is called Monte Sierpe, Serpent Mountain. From far away it looks normal, but up close it holds a shocking pattern. A long band of more than 5,000 man-made holes cut into the slope. For decades, no one knew what these holes were for. In 2025, new mapping and soil studies pointed to a simple, powerful idea. This may have been a place for trade and counting, a living market on a mountain. Later, it may have been used for storage and record-keeping as the Inca expanded control in the region. The holes are not random. They are laid out in blocks, like someone was measuring and organizing value. This mattered because it shows how people in the Andes could build an economy into the land. No paper, no coins, just a landscape turned into a system, a way to track goods, tribute, and movement across long routes. And the Andes held another surprise. In northern Chile, satellite images revealed dozens of V-shaped stone traps called chacus. Long walls stretch across steep ground, guiding wild animals into a closed pen. These were not simple pits. They were planned at scale, built for teamwork, built to catch fast, wary prey like vicuñas. Together, these finds tell the same story. In the Andes, people did not just live on the land. They shaped it. They used it to trade, to count, to hunt, to survive. And when you see those holes and those stone walls from above, one truth hits hard. The past is not gone. It is carved into the earth. A missing king was found in the dust of the desert. In February 2025, a British and Egyptian team announced they had found the long-lost tomb of Pharaoh Thutmose II near Luxor, in the dry valleys west of the Valley of the Kings. The entrance had been hidden by rubble and time. The tomb sat in a place where researchers first thought they were looking at a burial for a royal woman, not a king. This was important because Thutmose II's tomb had been missing for a very long time. And this kind of find is rare. It was also the first newly identified royal tomb from Egypt's New Kingdom in more than 100 years. His body may not have been in this tomb at all. A mummy believed to be Thutmose II was already found in 1881 in a hidden royal cache at Deir el-Bahari. Priests moved many kings there long ago to protect them from grave robbers. Some experts still debate the label, but the idea is clear. The king was moved and his story was scattered. The proof came from what survived inside. Broken stone jars and fragments with royal names. Marks that linked the burial to Thutmose II and also to Queen Hatshepsut, his wife and half-sister, who later ruled as Pharaoh herself. Small objects, but heavy with meaning. But the tomb also carried a new mystery. It was not filled with treasure. Floods had rushed through it long ago. Much of what was placed there seems to have been moved or lost. What remains is a question in stone. Where did the rest go? And what else is still hidden nearby? Sometimes the greatest discovery is not gold. Sometimes it is a name that returns from silence. 5 discoveries, 1 year, and the ground beneath us changing what we thought we knew. In 2025, archaeologists found lost tombs, warships in deep water, and ancient systems carved into mountains. Each find is a clue. Each one is a doorway. This is the year the past spoke louder than ever.